So my lovely neighbours across the road, Ian and Jenny, had an excess of cherry tomatoes, as you can see. So they brought them over to me, and I thought I might process them into a tomato, like a spaghetti sauce.
G'day folks, Andy here from McDowell Manor.
So step one is I'm just removing them from the stems, chucking them in there. If I split them when I'm removing them, doesn't matter. If they're pre-split, I shove them over here and they'll become seed tomatoes because it's very clearly a very good variety. So I'll get into growing them as well, but let's continue processing these and we'll come back after a while. But we've finally got them all off their stems, and we can start the business of processing them with the food processor. I've got a passata maker which takes out the seeds and the skin, but those are the things that have got fibre, so it doesn't really make much sense. I'm just going to throw these in a processor and whiz them. I also just roughly cut up, normally one carrot, but these are tiny ones, an onion, and I throw that into the blend mix to go as well. As smooth as you like. I like a little bit of texture in mine, so I don't tend to over blend, but yeah, it's your sauce, do what you want. It outside and pick some parsley and some basil before it all completely goes to seed. I may as well throw it in the sauce. I'll throw in a good splash of balsamic vinegar and probably 2 teaspoons of sugar to offset. That'll put because the balsamic's sour, so the sweet offsets that sour, but it results in a nice, more deep flavour. Ingredients, half of which are homemade. In my case, just use what you got. That's chili powder. Got to make some more of that too. It's fairly hot, so I'm fairly judicious with that. Homemade turmeric, probably a teaspoon of that. Black pepper, that helps you absorb the curcumin from the turmeric. And a bit of salt. And then that'll be ready to put on the stove. I forgot the garlic. I'll probably throw a tablespoon of garlic in there. The other thing I like to do, and I won't because I want to take a bottle of this back to the folks across the road, I throw olives in. I really like the taste of olives. And I'm going to throw some red lentils in as well, just because it hasn't got meat. It's a vegetarian recipe. The lentils give it a sort of, I don't know, a meaty texture. So that was probably at least a good tablespoon of lentils. I don't want to put too many in because I don't know if the folks across the road normally eat them. Not that they'll taste them in here. On the stove she goes. I'll bring that to a boil. Then I'll turn it down to a simmer and leave it for at least half an hour until it starts to thicken up. It's simmering away. It came to a boil. Then I turned it down. Now I will mention, give it a stir every so often because you don't want it sticking on the bottom. We'll just let that thicken up. So for goodness sake, like I always say, make sure you taste it. So it needs a bit more salt. So we'll do that. We'll add a bit of salt. Give it another 2 minutes on the stove just to make sure that salt's all cooked in. And she'll be good to go.